everyone, and welcome to a new art demo video. In today's video, I was originally going to do an inking demo with this page from the 4th issue of my other comic, Egoraven. However, when I was inking the previous pages, I noticed that the paper wasn't reacting to my pens the way I was used to. I was getting a lot of bleeding and feathering, and not getting the good overall quality I was used to when I inked my other issues. These pages I had laid out several years ago, and only now have I gotten the time to finally ink them. But I don't know if it was age or storage that degraded the paper, especially since this summer has been particularly humid. But this was not an issue with my Tall Tales pages, so I'm wondering whether I had drawn everything on a bad batch of paper to begin with, and just didn't realize until now. Well, I still have to ink this issue, and I really wasn't looking forward to retracing everything onto new paper. I hate feeling like I'm doing work twice, but then I remembered what I did on my last issue of Tall Tales. If you haven't seen my Making Comics series, I have a video where I show how to pencil your comic using color pencils, and by scanning in your art, you can remove the color lines in Photoshop, leaving behind only your pristine black and white inks. So my idea went like this. What if I turned all my sketches into Blueline in Photoshop and just printed them onto new paper? Considering I already had all my layouts scanned in, all I had to do was change their color. As a test, I printed out 4 pages in blue on index card at FedEx office. The paper is obviously thinner than the Strathmore I'm used to working on, but I have inked on this paper before, so I was already used to working with it. The only thing that has me worried about the print is that I didn't notice on my screen that the background also turned blue, so that everything has a blue haze on it. But if this test works, like I'm pretty sure it will, all that blue should disappear in Photoshop. In this video, I'm just going to ink in the middle panel, so that way if it doesn't work for some reason, I'm not wasting my time inking an entire page I can't use. For this project, I'm going to be using my standard Rapidograph pens, so let's get started. So this worked as well as I was anticipating. Like I said, the paper is not the greatest, but it's super smooth and my pens glided all over the surface without catching on any texture. Even if you're using smooth plate Bristol paper, there is still some tooth to it, and sometimes my thinnest pen has a hard time with it. Here, that wasn't a problem, but the real test is scanning it in and making sure I can get rid of all that blue. So in Photoshop, I scanned the page in color at 600 dpi. Better to go high and reduce the resolution later than scan low and realize you needed it at a higher resolution. But if your computer can't handle 600 dpi, you can scan your piece at 300 without an issue. I wouldn't recommend going lower than that though. Convert the file to CMYK, which will allow you to remove cyan in the levels option, cyan being the blue. Bring down the sliders until all the blue is gone, and then go to the black option and bring the sliders up until the black solid's up. Don't go all the way, though, to the other end, or your inks will spread too much and muddy. We want those lines to look crisp. Convert your file to grayscale to remove all the color information from it. I like to take it a step further and convert to bitmap with a 50% threshold to just give me a pure black and white image. Judging from what I see on the screen, this panel can be printed, and I will do exactly that to make sure the inks are the way I want them to look. The print is perfect for what I need. So I call this project a success, and I can go ahead and ink the rest of my pages and print out the rest of the layouts. Some of you might be worried about the quality of the paper. Yes, it's not as high quality of the Strathmore, and less money too. But considering my comic pages end up living in the computer as scans while the actual pages get put away and pretty much never seen again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Also, I'm looking forward to not erasing big pages. You really don't think how much time you waste erasing until you don't have to do them anymore. And I certainly won't miss those moments when the eraser catches the paper and just destroys the art you just worked hard on.
So I hope you found this video interesting and informative. If you want to see more art demo videos like this, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions or any ideas for future videos, feel free to leave a comment below. If you want more information about Tall Tales or any of my other artwork, including how to commission your own custom art from me, links are also listed down below. Thank you again for your support, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye! Watching other art videos is to see what art supplies people use and how they use them. It's fun to see new supplies and wonder how I can use them to make my own artwork. If you're any type of artist, I know for a fact you have a stack of supplies that you have because they looked cool and you just had to have them just in case. Well, maybe I will teach myself watercolors someday. Maybe I will one day decide to draw an illuminated manuscript type piece and will need